And so we are approaching the top of the next hour. It's almost 11
All
o'clock
right,
there
let's see if we got some
on
audio.
Tuesday night. So many just out to see the commotion. So many
10
out
seconds
to
in.
stand in solidarity with some of them who have been arrested.
All right, I should be able to pause that. And let's go over here. Hold on. Getting there. Right there. There we go. All right, I think it's working. There. All right, good. Sounds like it's working. I'll put this over here. And I'm going to check to see if anything else is going on while we're waiting for some people to come in. Let's see if I can get on Max. I was trying to see if Max, but his video will not load for me. It says he's live right now. Are we there yet? So he must be getting close, but his video will not load up for me. So I don't know what's going on there. It says live, but it won't load. It says one person's watching. It must be messed up. The video, the live stream must be messed up. Hopefully we'll get an update from Max. We've been praying for you to get across the country safely. We're praying for healing for you. Let's say a prayer right now before we even get things going. Dear Heavenly Father, I'm going to try to get into a habit of that instead of saying, Dear Jesus, dear say Heavenly Father. Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight as brothers and sisters in Christ to discuss certain things, but please, Lord, just protect us, keep us safe, and let our tongues say the right words. Let us not get upset and mad over things. Let us just discuss peacefully what is going on in the world. And please just don't let us be quick to be angered. Let us just be able to talk peacefully and just discuss what's going on. We pray for Max. I think he's still on the road. I'm not sure. But if he's on the road still, Lord, protect us, protect him, protect the car, protect Johnny. Let them have safe travels the rest of the way. And we ask for healing for Max. We know that you can heal. By your stripes we are healed. So we ask for healing today. Not just for Max, for anybody else that needs healing today. We ask for healing. And we just ask for your Holy Spirit for discernment in all things. In all things. In your precious name. Nobody's here. Okay, now I'm showing one person. Welcome, God bless anybody out there. I didn't put that in the thing. I figured I'd wait for a few people to show up before we started. I don't want I didn't come up with a background screen to put up. So I put this up, and I don't want this to happen tonight. I don't want us to get angry, but some of the stuff kind of makes me angry. What's going on in the world? Where's all my stuff at? I got it. Okay. Got a little bit of rain outside right now. I don't know. I think it's very possible that I'm being a little suppressed right now. Don't get upset. What? See, now this guy's trying to put words in my mouth. I got somebody that's actually, I think I got two people. I don't know. It comes up as one name and then it comes up as another name. And now people are getting upset. See, I'm just trying to show the truth. You can't say that these are peaceful. I don't care what you can talk to me till you're blue in the face. I'm not going to ever believe that some of these are peaceful. We're seeing vandalism. We're seeing smashing windows. We're seeing agitating, of threats against faculty. I saw that in the Columbia one. Yeah, I got a feeling. I don't know. This is a touchy subject anyway, but I just want to say, first and foremost, that everybody is equal. Everybody should have the same rights as anybody else. Nobody should, disrupt. Everybody has the right to protest. I think what they should do, which I know they never will, is they should separate them from the schools, the colleges, put them somewhere else to the side so they're not interfering with the other students. It's not fair to students that are just there to try to learn and they're trying to graduate, and here they're being blocked from entering these colleges. That's not right, and that's agitation. And then you have these pamphlets they're giving out that says the only way to free Palestine is death to America. How is that not instigating something? How is that not an insurrection? You're trying to incite violence. If that's not inciting violence, then I don't know what is. And it's just like from the river to the sea. And I don't think a lot of people know what that really means. That means they want to wipe out Jews completely. So how is that peaceful? This is not good. This is not good. I've only seen one person, 0 and 1. I was hoping there'd be more people. I wish the other people that were commenting. I'm not trying to get them mad. I'm just trying to say that some of these are not peaceful. There's some that are peaceful. There's some of them that are doing it the right way. Kudos. But some of them, I saw some yesterday from Seattle, from some University of Washington. I saw Utah, and they're supposed to stop. They're protesting at 10 o'clock, for the noise ordinance. So the police kept warning them, you have to leave at 10. No, they wouldn't leave. Hour after hour went by, and pretty soon it's midnight, 1 a.m. And all the people that live around there, they're trying to get some sleep. So they're calling the police, hey, we can't sleep. So, the protesters, if they do it right, protest all day long, all night till 10 o'clock, go yourself, go wherever you're going, whatever, and then come back the next day and peacefully protest again. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're trying to purposely, get the police involved, because obviously that's going to get the police involved. Oh, we don't want the police involved. Oh, look at, they had to get the police involved. Well, what do you expect? I guarantee you, if you go anywhere in your town, in your city, and you go down and start making a bunch of noise, I guarantee you people are going to call the police. Oh, I'm just making noise. Oh, I'm peacefully making noise. No, you can't do that. You got to follow the laws too. I don't know. I just don't get it. Welcome. God bless anybody out there. Nobody's gonna come and talk about this. I think we need to talk about it. That's the whole thing. There's not enough talk. See, that's another thing too. The Palestinian side, those protesters, they won't talk to anybody. So if you try to ask them questions, they won't even answer you. Oh, we have a Laos. I can't pronounce it. Laos and Laos. I can't pronounce it. Somebody, you know, that's supposed to be an intermediary. But you said they go to them and they say, "Oh, sorry, we're not talking to you either." And it's like, you know, you can't even say, you know, why are you even protesting? Why are you blocking people's ways? You know, if they're so peaceful, just let people be. Let people be. Live and let be. Come on. We need to find another face that's all nice and peaceful. Because that's, you know, that's the whole thing. Why can't everybody just talk it out? And, you know, it'd be different if, you know, the demands weren't so outrageous. For one, you know, we're in the United States. You know, the colleges in the United States have nothing to do with what's going on over there. And, you know, it's not like the country is going to say, oh, look at Columbia University says that they're going to keep protesting unless we stop what we're doing. Okay, we're going to stop what we're doing now just because this college said, you know, they don't want us to do it. You can't, you know, they're trying to get rid of the terror people that are in Gaza still. And I know that's another tricky thing there, but you know, look what's happening. We got this tiny little country. Tiny little country. And everybody, so this is the Bible here. Will become a burdensome stone for all nations. And it's look what's happening. You know, I could solve all the problems. It would be so easy to do, but no one would ever listen. It'd be easy. I would say Egypt, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, some of these other countries take the Palestinians out of Gaza for temporarily, take all the people out, and then the country goes in and, you know, gets rid of everybody else that they need to get rid of, and then they can all come back. Nobody gets hurt. Nobody gets, you know, deceased from this. It's the same with these protests. Yeah, you can protest all you want, but if you break any of the rules, if you break any laws, you know, if you're violent, then, you know, that's it. But they keep allowing, you know, all this to go on, so nothing ever gets solved, and then it's just unfair to Jews, and it's unfair to people that have nothing, that don't want to even have any part in it. They just want to go to school. They just want to learn. They just want to get an education. They just want to graduate. Why do they get punished? And just think of all the money. You know, a lot of the parents are paying for this. You know, I'm sure the parents don't want to spend all that money, and then their kid can't even go to school, can't even graduate. So there's chances for some of these kids to not be able to have a proper graduation, and that would be sad. And remember, there's 4 years ago, some of these kids were graduating from high school. They didn't get that. They got remote. They got a, you know, and my kid was one of them. He didn't get a proper ceremony, and they just mailed him his diploma in the mail. That's sad, you know. It's sad. They never had a commencement, and they never did have one afterwards. So I feel bad for the students too. and we know there's groups supporting all this, that's when we need to go after. Find out where the money's going. That's an easy way to stop things too. Is there anybody out there? Welcome. God bless. Huh. One person. Ooh, we're up to two. Two people. At one point, I saw there was three, but then he's right back down to zero. Welcome. God bless. Just wanted to do a live stream. Curious Georgia. Welcome. God bless. I'm just kind of waiting around. I've been talking, just kind of jabbering on a little bit. Just waiting for some people to come. But, I'm just trying to explain. Some of these, I'm not saying all, some of these protests are not peaceful. And I just wish that, everybody could be treated equally. That's the whole thing. There's people being discriminated against here. And isn't that what, this country is supposed to be doing? Is not to discriminate against anybody? And it's racist. And I don't care, I think it's an insurrection. If you're going to call January 6th an insurrection, then this is an insurrection also then. They're destroying, property. They're vandalizing, they're breaking windows, they're barricading themselves in. It's not peaceful. And whoever is funding it, all these, we know that not all these people, in fact, I would say a good majority of these people are not even students at these colleges. The New York mayor called them professional agitators. Yeah, and a lot of these people probably don't even know what they're protesting about. A lot of these, I've seen. I think it was in California. There was students were offered, or student, I don't know, anybody. I guess I shouldn't say students. Just people were offered $2,800 to stand there for 8 hours. And then they've already been funded to get bailed out of jail if they go to jail. So jeez, it would be nice to make $2,800 for just an 8-hour shift. Wow. So of course there's going to be people that are going to do it. They probably don't care. Oh, it's money. I don't know. I got a lot of different videos. I've been watching, some of these colleges. I'm trying not to watch too much of it. I just kind of watched a little bit more, like yesterday and today. I'm trying not to watch too much because it's upsetting. It's like, can't we just get along? Can't people just all be treated equally? Why can't people realize that whatever they're protesting is doing, whatever they're protesting is not going to change what's going to happen. They're not, the country is not just going to say, okay, Colombia said this, so to stop unless we stop. So okay, let's just stop. No, they want to finish their getting rid of the H people. I'm not going to say that word. 3 people, welcome, God bless. So I don't know. I didn't have a good thumbnail, so I put this one. I don't want people to be angry. I just want people to discuss, peacefully about this. Michelle, welcome, God bless. Have you heard from Max? I tried to go on to Max's live video and there's nothing. It won't even load it up. So I don't know if it's on my end or something's going on with his stream. I don't know. But yeah, I got a lot of different videos, showing some of these protests in different cities across the country. Utah, University of Utah, University of Texas, University of Washington, 3 hours out. Is he going to stop again? Or is he trying to go all the way through? Boy, he's been on a long trip. Welcome, God bless. We're up to 4 now. I gotcha. So he's in Idaho? All the way. Okay. Hopefully he's not too tired. It'll be nice when he finally gets there. I've been praying for his safe travels this whole time. So I don't know. He's in Oregon. Oregon, but 3 hours to go. How's the weather? Has his weather been good? It's just started raining here, but it's just rain. It's nothing. Man, what a long trip. So when I put the first video out today, I got a little bit of negative responses. Don't stress. He's almost there. Just relax. Cold and some rain. As long as it's not heavy rain, thunderstorms, and no tornadoes. So if it's colder, there probably won't be no tornadoes. We're actually it's over now. We were in a tornado watch up until about 25 minutes ago. But just a tiny bit of rain. It's just like sideswiping us. But when I put the first video out, I got a few negative responses. And they were saying that I don't know what the meaning of an insurrection is, and I don't know the meaning of a peaceful protest, and that they were saying that these protests were peaceful. But then when I showed like proof, then they were back on and said something else. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of a tornado in Oregon before. So I don't know. Just crazy. So I'm going to throw this on. Let me mute this. Put this on the background. Let's see if anything else is going on. I had the live stream from Fox. I know Fox. I don't usually like going to mainstream news, but for this stuff, you can see, there's they want this happening. They want to show you everything that's going on. If you notice that you don't see much from the UKR, you don't see much footage of that. You really don't see much footage from the Is country, but you sure see all the news coverage all over the country about these protests. That's for sure. So the main thing with these protests is they're trying to block students, from going to their classes and going to their dorms. Right there, that's, not being peaceful. Oh, you're blocking my way. Oh, they're not being violent. Oh, no, but they're still, it's rude for one, and then there's a lot of people that have no affiliation with anything. They just want to go. They just want to learn. They just want to, get a diploma. They don't want to have anything to do with this. And then, now we got to shut the college down. Oh, now you got to do remote learning. Oh, sorry, now you don't get to have a proper graduation ceremony. Sorry. That's not right. It's not right. Okay, so here's the. I'm going to throw the live stuff in the background. This is from. I'm going to pause it right here on this thing. Hold on. Yeah. Oh wow, we got a new thing here. We got a new thing. A new news story coming straight out of the Is country. The Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu himself. This one. All right. Let's see if you can see this. Sharing. It looks like you can see it. Can you see it? Let me know if you can't see it. So Netanyahu says the operation will happen with or without a deal. Oh, I think that's the with or without the deal for the hostages. They gave him another chance, to release the hostages. And Blinken was there too, trying to convince the other side to release the hostages. But I'm guessing they will not do it. I was thinking that maybe they were going to continue with or without the protesting and going on, but no, okay. But that's what the deal. They gave him another chance. I guess just today was the deadline for that deal to release the hostages. What a mess, though. What a mess. But you know what? I wouldn't doubt if a lot of the people that are involved with this are coming from the borders. Maybe this was part of the purpose. Look at all these people. You can't tell me that all those people all around the country are all wanting to, to support this side. And then you got to be careful what you're saying too when you're standing for, because there's some people that are standing for the leaflets that they're handing out. The only way to free Palestine is death to America. That's not inciting violence. Death to America is not inciting violence. Wow. So you heard it, YouTube. You can't get me for that because apparently that's peaceful to say death to America. So I should be able to get away with saying that because that's what they want, because that's part of their agenda. So if, must be okay to say. But if you said death to another country, you might get in a little trouble. I went and saw the movie Civil War today. Wow. That movie is just total fear porn. They're trying to scare everybody thinking that could happen here, which it very well could. We're seeing this. Look at all this happening. Where are all the other protests? Where are the protests for the homeless people? Where's the protest for the veterans? Where's the protest for all this spending? We're sending all this money to other countries. Where's the protest for that? We got these protests. I don't know. Kind of makes me mad, but I was mad earlier, so I'm glad I didn't do a live stream earlier. Because now I've kind of calmed down about it. All I'm saying is, every person, is equal. We got that DEI. I can't even remember what all the initials were. What was the first one? D is equality and inclusion. But the Jews don't get inclusion. Jews don't get equality. And I know, there's been other groups too that have had the same things. Even last year, some of the Muslims were, having, hate against them. It's not, there's no one group that's, everyone has some hate, towards other people. You're going to get hated. Haters going to hate. So what do you do? I'm just saying with these protests, they could have handled it better. Our administration could have handled it better. These colleges could have handled it better. Cities could have handled it better. The police could have handled it better. Instead of letting it go on and on and on until it gets out of control, keep it under control from the beginning. As soon as you violate the first rules or laws of the protesting, then it's over. If you can't follow the rules, then that's it. Why do they keep letting them go and doing what they're doing? I've seen enough of the video. Is that thing not moving? Sorry. What is going on here? Ugh. Okay, now we're getting different stuff. All right, let me go on to just, I'll never find exactly where I'm supposed to be going to. See if I can get.
Have a time.
Hi.
We will take questions at the end of all of the speakers, so please
North
hold
Carolina.
until then. First up, Chief Jennings.
Holy moly, we got something else.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
When did this happen?
Past,
This happened.
nearly 24 hours have been heavy.
A couple hours
Heavy on
ago.
the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police
No,
Department,
11 minutes.
Marshal
No, more than
Service,
that. I missed
but
this one.
heavy
Is
on
that
our
4 hours
community.
ago?
and heavy on our country. You know, we shared
I
yesterday
missed this
that there were a
story.
total of 8
All right, I'm going to get ready
officers
for the next one.
shot
Show you a little
while
bit of
performing
footage
their duties
from
yesterday
other
to simply serve a
places.
warrant. Unfortunately, 4 of those officers succumbed to their injuries. I want to recognize all of those officers.
What was the
The
shooting
North Carolina
about? I
Department
missed
of Adult
that.
Corrections, Samuel Pelosi. North Carolina Department of Adult Corrections, William Alden Elliott.
Was that from the
CMP
other
Officer
day?
Joshua Iyer. And Deputy United States Marshal Thomas Weeks. Also, I mentioned the other officers that were
That was
injured.
the,
and
yeah, then
shot
there was 3 that were injured.
while
Okay.
performing their
So
duties
that
as
was
well. I wanna
from
get
yesterday or the
an
day
update
before.
on those.
All right, you're just listening in there to this update. The tragic one.
Mix is out for the rest of the year.
Oh,
Mostly
wow.
an educational session. They're supposed to be where the professor talking about Palestine and letting protesters ask questions.
All right, let's go to the other stuff. Oops. Over here. Amazing. So when I was on Super Dave's channel, I asked him to, suggest some people subscribing to me. Oh, you already got 20,000. Yeah, I know. That's not what I'm trying to see something. I'm trying to test something, which I've been seeing for a long time. I got to 20,500 way back 6 years ago. And then there was a big purge when they purged all those blank accounts. And I went down to 20,100. I've never gone above 20,100. And then if I finally was getting close to it, I got to 91, 20,091. And then, sure enough, I was at, and that's I went up to 91. Now I lost 6 more people. I'm just saying every time I get 5 people, 5 new subscribers, then I lose 5 subscribers suddenly. If I get 10 new subscribers, I lose 10 suddenly. It's crazy. All right, sorry. Moving back to here. Where am I going? I'm going to the library. History. All right. So let's all show a little bit of each because I don't want to get no copyrights. And then I got to remember to give credit to those channels that I'm showing. Welcome. God bless anybody else out there that joined. We're just kind of discussing the peaceful protests around the country. And I know some of them are. I never said that they were all not peaceful, which I think somebody was trying to get at, but no. Someone was trying to put words in my mouth too with their comments. So please speak freely. I'm just saying, some of these protests have gotten out of hand. Some of them have turned violent. There's people agitating others. There's people that are not even students that shouldn't even be involved that are involved. There's people sponsoring this stuff. So there's a lot going on. All right, so I should be here. Is that right? That's not the right spot. What happened? There. Now I should be right. Did it go? Yeah. All right. So some of these here, that I put them back up at the top. I played them again so they'll be at the top of the list. Just showing some of the stuff that is happening at some of these college protests. Tenant media.
Oh, you want to start, Skip? Give me a one drop, man.
And of course, we always have to have an ad. See if I can find out where the right spot is, though. Here we go. Oh, yeah, right from the start. Listen to this. Let me get it to the start. Where is it? They're supposed to be right at the beginning. I didn't see it. Well, maybe it's not till over here. I could have sworn it.
On the inside, check this out. We've been seeing all over the news all the craziness that's happening on college campuses, especially at UCLA. So I decided to come here for myself. Do you mind if I interview?
I'm not going to talk to media.
Excuse me, do you guys want to tell me what's going on here?
No, sorry.
Not letting anything. Okay, we were just standing outside, just trying to. Are we allowed to ask you guys a few questions about it? A lot of us just don't feel comfortable.
I can direct you to media liaison.
We're not
Liaison?
We're not gonna interview with you two. Not gonna engage with people that are gonna be pushing us. Never seen anything like this in my life. No, agitators aren't allowed.
Talk to one of our media.
They won't speak to me. No one will speak to me. There's a desk over there with me.
I've spoken to them. They won't speak to me.
Well, then you can try them. I've tried, and this lady specifically is telling me I'm an agitator.
Don't engage with agitators.
I'm just trying to understand what you're protesting. For some reason, no one from your guys' team will let you guys speak, and I don't know why you guys can't speak to me. And this is so intimidating and scary for you guys to be standing here. I literally have walked around for the past 2 hours just asking peaceful questions like, what's going on here today? Why are you guys here? And no one can speak to me. And you guys are laughing. I don't understand how this is funny. I genuinely wanted to learn from you. And I wish we could have ended in a hug. That's actually what I hoped from this. That's my dream from all of this, that we could understand each other.
I think we need more barricades, guys.
Mamma mia. Well, look, we spent quite some time on this morning on the Rubin Report.
So, I mean, right there, they're not even willing to talk to anybody. What's up with that? And apparently that's across, all a lot of these colleges with their I guess they're telling them, don't talk to anybody. And then they have a liaison. I can't pronounce it. And then they tell them that they're not going to talk to them either. They don't want media there. Seems weird to me. I got to get that one guy. I got to find that one guy. Maybe it's not this video. I thought it was at the very beginning, but... Yeah, that's another one too, but it's not about the protests. Is this about the? Oh, sorry.
This album, and this is true for pretty much all of her albums. All of her songs come in one.
No, that's not it. All right, I guess that was it for that one. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. I could have sworn it was that one though.
This is why I stopped shopping on Amazon, and you should too.
To see if there are any fire hazards here. They were told they could not come in, but the firefighters dismantled one of the barricades, moved it aside, and went inside anyway over the objections of the pro-Palestinian demonstrators who tried to block their way. When we tried to go inside with our news camera, the pro-Palestinian demonstrators would not let us pass. Are we not allowed to, sir, can we talk to you? Why not? Why can we not go through here?
Because we're not letting media in right now.
I know, but this is a public campus. Why are we not able to go through?
Because we're not letting media in right now.
I know, but who are you? Are you a
Can
police
you take
officer?
a step back, please?
No,
Even the firefighter just said to please step back.
Well, I mean, he's a
Please step
firefighter.
back.
He's not a police officer. What's
You're
the
not
problem?
a firefighter, so you're not coming in.
Well, why am I not allowed to come in there?
Because we're not letting media in right now.
I know.
Please
Well,
step
what are
back.
you afraid of? Why do you not want to have people talk to you and find out what your protest is all about?
How did you get through here?
So you guys are in charge of who gets through?
Wow.
I asked to speak to someone from the pro-Palestinian group, but so far they have declined to offer us a spokesperson. Now to some pictures from yesterday. A pro-Israel group organized a counter-protest here just a few feet away from the pro-Palestinian encampment. Those demonstrators showed up with Israeli flags calling for Hamas to release the hostages in Gaza. And the two sides got into scuffles.
How about stop killing anybody?
At least one person was hurt here. A pro-Israel demonstrator was knocked to the ground. She had to be carried out of the crowd and was apparently bleeding from the head. UCLA called in more security and brought in officers wearing riot gear, but as far as we know, nobody was arrested. A member of the pro-Palestinian group says the pro-Israel demonstrators were trying to antagonize them.
They are attacking us. They have been pushing us. Are we trying to keep our cool and control ourselves? Not respond, because the goal they do is to provoke us, and we are trying not to be affected by them.
But this morning, the director of a Jewish organization here at UCLA blamed the university administration for allowing the pro-Palestinian group to take over a section of campus.
The tensions are high, and this encampment over here violates a long list of university policies that have been put in place to protect your students, to protect all students, to keep campus calm. And when nothing's done about it, that's the result, and it's a tinderbox ready to explode.
And it continues this morning, showing you what's happening here now. This is the setup, the big video screen that was left here from the pro-Israel protest yesterday. They are projecting a video showing support for Israel, projecting it to the other side, the pro-Palestinian tent encampment, which you'll see is maybe only 50 feet away
that close
from
to
where
each
that
other.
video screen is. So there's definitely more taking place.
So again, craziness. Lisa, welcome and God bless. Right. Exactly. That's why I don't understand how people can say these are peaceful. Yep. And we know that I ran to the grocery store country. There's a lot of support from them, and then there's other subgroups of them. I wouldn't doubt if Soros is involved, right? Thank you. So I don't know. I was just trying to do a little video. I had a couple people that I don't know if it's one person or two people. It's just like saying I don't know what an insurrection is, and I don't know what a peaceful protest is. They were saying that those were peaceful, but then when I showed the stuff where you could see the violence, then they changed their tune and then tried to say I was saying something else. All right, so that was UCLA. Now we got UT, so this will be Texas, University of Texas. They didn't allow as much stuff to go on there than they did at other colleges. Texas came in and
this after
took care
another
of things
round of
quicker.
arrests once again today. Tense moments between
These are from yesterday.
pro-Palestinian protesters and law enforcement. Demonstrators attempted to set up tents on the south wall of campus, but the university
And all
has
these
said
tents are being furnished
this is a
too.
violation of UT's
Like all
rules.
these kids would go out and buy
Grace Reader is
tents.
back out live on
Expensive
UT's
tents.
campus tonight with the very latest. Hi, Grace.
Hi, Britt. These protesters had used some university barricades to make what was essentially a circle around themselves on the lawn here. Staff
Public
from
property,
the
for
university has
one.
since come to take those away, and what is left is probably a couple dozen students. It was a much different scene earlier today, another chaotic day here today, as pro-Palestinian protesters clashed once again with law enforcement. We saw dozens of people get arrested again today. Some were carried out by law enforcement. Today, a little different than last week in that tents were actually set up in the middle of the yard here. Police made a circle around them, and then law enforcement largely focused on the people within that zone. But we also saw protesters try to block a bus that was being used to transport DPS out of campus, and one that carried the people who were arrested. We know flashbangs
They're all
went off at
wearing
one point
masks.
during that, and the police
They're
used
saying
pepper
that it's
spray.
to
So
cover their
protesters-
identity. Well, as soon as they get arrested, they're going to be identified.
Have so much cognitive dissonance. Like, do they not ever think about how the civil rights movement on college campuses happened, the Vietnam protest, the Kent State massacre? Do they just completely not acknowledge that when they're making these decisions? It's just insane to me. But to add to that, free Palestine.
Wow.
I'm not going anywhere as long as they're being anti-Semitic, as long as they are showing hatred towards the Jewish people. I'm going to stand here. I'm going to get louder. I'm going to get prouder. They're not going to scare me. I'm not going to go home. I'm here. I chose UT Austin because it's a world-class school. I'm not going to be shoved out by Jew haters.
The law enforcement response to this has also been a focus for many, including lawmakers. Several Austin City Council members are asking to be briefed on the role that city resources, including APD, are playing in responding to these protests. We also found Senator Sarah Eckhart on campus. She told us that she wanted to see this in person, and we did ask her earlier today about her thoughts on the state law enforcement response to this.
It appears to be an overreaction that is escalating the circumstance. I came today to see if I could be a helpmate in de-escalating the circumstance on both sides.
Working.
This evening, the University of Texas said in a statement, quote, UT Austin requested backup assistance from the Texas Department of Public Safety to protect the safety of the campus community and enforce our
If the
institutional
police
rules,
have to
such as the
be
rule that
called
prohibits
in, it
encampments
must
on
not be
campus.
peaceful.
Because of the encampments and other violations of the university's institutional rules related to protests,
If they would follow the
protesters were told
rules.
repeatedly to disperse. When they refused to disperse, some arrests were made for trespassing.
And that's the whole thing.
Others
They
were
won't
arrested
leave.
for disorderly conduct. We are still waiting at this hour to learn exactly how many people were arrested. We did see dozens again arrested here today. The Travis County Sheriff's Office told us that
It doesn't matter.
they
You know,
expect to be able to
you
tell
can
us
you can arrest as many people as you want. They're just going to get bailed out for free, so they don't care. Here we got UCLA. This was yesterday too, and you know there was a sword and a taser. Watch this.
Keep the peace. Elliot will give you a quick look at what they're doing here. They've got this crowd security fencing both sides here, and in the middle, Elliot, look at they've got a buffer zone set up, and you've got the blue-clad private security in there, just trying to keep both sides from getting at each other. Watch. UCLA, the fifth night of the pro-Palestinian protest and the pro-Israeli counter-protest. That is, security is tight, extra tight, carving out this buffer
This
zone in the
country
middle
is
of
a
Dixon Plaza,
burdensome
separating both
stone
sides. Private
for
security
all
using their bikes
nations.
for crowd control. as the Palestinian supporters expand their encampment now. It's more than 100 tents spread out here right in front of Royce Hall, with some wondering when it will all end.
So all that should be illegal.
Regulations as far as just letting them stay there, how are they just going to let them stay there? I think there should be some type of regulations. However, no violence, of course. I've seen what's going on in other campuses.
Tensions already high here. Hours earlier, the sounds of a taser being used.
Jesus.
Witnesses claim a pro-Palestinian protester who's walked out of the plaza by security may have tried to taser a counter-protester.
I did not see the contact. I'm not sure, however, if it did or did not make contact, but it was close enough and threatening enough.
It's threatening, yeah.
It's unacceptable.
And then check this, a sword found earlier on campus. Here it is lying on the ground. That is, this woman claims a group of protesters turned on her earlier, even sharing this wild video of the crazy scuffle.
I've been frightened for days now. I've been crying. My neck hurts. My back hurts. And what's more frightening than anything else, than the hate that I saw in their eyes, is the lawlessness.
Lawlessness, she says, that's bringing more community pressure now on UCLA to resolve the protest and its encampment.
I think it's very short-sighted on the part of the UCLA administration to dig their heels in the sand and essentially say, we're not going to have a meeting, at least at this time. I think this is the time right now to have the meeting and have it quickly.
Yeah. Every day that goes on, the worse it's going to get.
That is something that I was hearing from the protesters themselves last week when all of this began, but now trying tonight to talk to a protester is like seemingly the impossible, trying to walk on water. First of all, trying to get past all the security to get to the encampment, and then you're told by the folks in there that the only one who can speak to the media is what they call a media liaison, and then they say the media liaison isn't available until tomorrow, maybe.
Come on. So you get the idea. I also got another one from Utah, University of Utah, and Washington. I got these two also. Let's go back to the chat. Yeah, exactly. Why can't all lives matter? That's what I don't understand. Yep. Plus, if you're paying them, they're gonna do it, and it doesn't matter what you say. Oh yeah, well, for $2,800, I'll do anything. Is probably what they're thinking, Don't even know how to answer that one. Right. Except these are worse. I don't think. I think that all the protests that happened back in the 60s and 70s, those were pretty much peaceful. I mean, there was a little bit, but not like it is now. I want to put a poll. I want to see if they have Dave's Waffle House had the thing where you can put a poll up. Is there a thing where I can put a poll? I don't see it on this side. All right, so that's settings. Maybe over here. Banners. It ain't going to be under banners. Brand. No. Private chat. No, that's not it. I don't know where it would be. Settings. I don't know. Edit layout. New layout. Nope. But anyway, I was going to put up a poll. I can put up a poll like in the community tab. I'll just put a poll up. I can put up several polls, actually. But, all right, here's a poll question. Right. True. Yes. Poll question. Do you Do you think that saying death to America is an insurrection? Or put it this way. Scratch that one. Do you think saying death to America is inciting violence? There's your poll question. Because apparently they think that that's not considered inciting violence. But January 6th was. I know I only got 3 or 4 people here, so there's not much of a poll. But I'll put that up later if I can remember. I don't know. I was hoping there'd be some more people to discuss this. I was kind of hoping the person that was saying all those comments. Let me go to those comments, by the way. By the way. Let's go. Oh, I can't. I might be able to if I go over here instead. Or no, because the other one. If I reply to a comment, it gets deleted. It's gone. I found a way to find it though. But yeah, like it's gone. Oh, here we go. Here's another. Someone's insulting me. All right. So here's the. Let's see if I can go to it. Oh yeah, I was going to go to the least. That's where I saw it. Okay, hold on. I want to go to that first. It was the Lisa Haven one. Watch this. Where is it at? I thought I had it at the top somewhere. Oh, here it is right here. All right, so check this out really fast. Oh, hold on. Really?
You guys have closed.
Hold on, let me get it set up. Am I on the right one? Let me see. Okay, I'm here. Right. Well, if you're going to have free speech, then it has to be free speech for everybody. And free speech means free speech. You know, you can't say this thing is not good and this thing is good. It could be. Yeah, definitely could be. Yeah, just to do for more division, right? Exactly. But here it is anyway. Oops.
ID right here. You guys have closed the entrance. We are UCLA students. I have my ID right here. I'm being blocked off. Not by the
I don't even think this is a Jewish student. I'm not sure if it is or
they're
not.
making the blur while I'm going this way. Excuse me. This is what they do. Everybody, look at this. Look at this. I'm a UCLA student. I deserve to go here. We pay tuition. This is our school. And they're not letting me walk in. My class is over there. I want to use that entrance. Why can't they go? Will you let me go in? This can be over in a second. Just let me and my friends go in to class.
We're not engaging.
We're not engaging.
Will you move?
We're not engaging.
Okay, we're going. We're going. I'm going in. I have my hands up. I'm not hurting them. I'm not hurting them. That's what they do. That's what they do, everybody. You guys are promoting aggression. You guys are promoting hate. We're UCLA students. We deserve to be there.
They said because he's Jewish, he cannot enter that area and that they won't issue him a wristband.
That wasn't a university thing. That's probably the protesters that are out there.
Right. So are the protesters allowed to not allow a student who pays tuition access to their class in the library?
No, they're not allowed, but unfortunately they have kind of taken over that little area right there.
Little area, the whole
Other
college.
entrance that your son can enter through?
No, they are barricading every area for him to get into. And you know, with all due respect, why is that even tolerated? Like, why should a Jewish kid have to go to another entrance?
Let's not. I I'm going to say it's tolerated, but unfortunately the police are not intervening with that right now. And this is coming from the university, so if you had any questions or concern, you would take it with the university itself.
So the
And then round and round it goes. Then, oh, call the university, and then university says, oh, that's not our problem, call the police.
University has taken a stance that they will not, in fact, allow or help Jewish students get to their classes. That this is going to be tolerated.
They have, we've received a directive to not intervene at this time, yes.
You guys want to prevent Jewish students from entering? Fine. Yeah, of course I'm Zionist. Okay, so
see, they're labeled. That's racist.
So you don't let.
That's racist. They're labeling them Zionists just because of their race. There's a lot of Jewish students around the country that have nothing to do with what's going on, but they're being lumped into that group.
Zionists in the library that I pay tuition for.
And it's like, yeah, come on. All right, go back to the chat. Back to the chat. There's an open space. Was there really? I didn't see it. Yeah, it could be staged. That's for sure. That's why you got to have an open mind for everything. True. Oh, yeah. She's got some good information, though. She's kind of, I don't know. She is kind of not so sure about some of the stuff, but she does have some good information here and there. Oops. Went to the wrong thing. Where is it? To this one. Did I go to it? All right, so yeah. Okay. So we got, let's see if I can, are these all in order? So I don't know if this person is the same as the one that comes up as an M. It comes up as that, but then on the YouTube, I got to go back to, hold on, I got to go back to here. Here we go. I think if I can, yeah, I can see all the comments this way. All right, so starting, yeah, here we go. Here's the first comment. I don't know if you can see this. Let me know if you can see this. If you can, I'll just read it. It's on the side over here. Nancy Grace. I remember her. She was more of into like mysteries and discovering the murders and stuff. I remember her. But yeah, so anyway, so to the video. Darn it. To the wrong thing. All right. So he said, I don't know if it's he or she, I don't know. I can't say. See, now it shows up as this instead of the other one. You got this, the Akapawa, but I think that's the same person as the. I'm not sure if it's the same person or not. So let me see if I understand your line of reasoning here. You think that the students are trying to take over the school? Yes, they did. I don't understand how, the Columbia, they did. They barricaded themselves in. To what end? What would be the benefit to themselves? I don't know. Why are they doing it exactly? But yeah, they wanted to take over. I think they're just trying to disrupt everything, so people can't get their students can't get their education. They're going to have to cancel classes. The teachers have to leave for their safety. All that stuff. That's probably what they're trying to do. Who are they trying to install? I think they're just trying to cause as much commotion and chaos as they can. Accomplish and for what purpose? I don't know what's the purpose. I think it's to bring chaos and bring division and bring hate and bring all these colleges around the country to the same thing. And eventually, someone's going to get hurt, someone's going to die, and then it's going to be then everyone's going to be up in arms. And mega insurrectionists. I'm not saying the students are. Just putting words in my mouth again. I never said the students were. I believe there's a lot of students that were peaceful the whole time, and then there's students that didn't want to have anything to do with it. But then there's also agitators, and the people that are trying to recruit all these people. So if these students follow the agitators' wishes and plans, then yes, they are insurrectionists too. I'm just putting mega in because it's happening all over the country. January 6th was one small area incident. This is over 200 major universities around the country. At the beginning, YouTube deleted the comments. So I said, I don't know if this is in the order, though. Say what you want, but this is the truth. Research, and you will see this is the truth. See, I think maybe the guy didn't look into it enough, didn't research it. A lot of people, I'm not saying that this person did, but a lot of people will just look at the title and assume that I'm talking about something without even listening to what I'm saying and make a judgment from that. And this could have been the case. I'm not saying it was. But I said, this is for education, to show the truth, not to start arguments. I am not here to argue, but to show the truth. So here's the replies now. Hopefully these are in order. 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours, 7 hours. So it might be this opposite way. No, 2 hours. Okay, so yeah, we want to go the oldest ones first. So all this, he said all that. And I said, I explained it in the video. Go watch and listen to the video and watch the video in the link. Lisa Haven, she explains it perfectly. I'm guessing you just read the title and judged from that. See, I said guessing because I don't know for sure. Also, look at the pictures from Columbia. The school is destroyed. Not just completely destroyed, but it's been vandalized greatly. And she found that and I'm sure this is probably true, but I can't say for a fact, but in her example that she used, there was one of the colleges, 55 protesters were arrested. And they found out that 26, so almost half of those arrested, had no affiliation with the school whatsoever. And then Linda put in division, division, division. That's what it is. It's all about keeping us pissed off, hating each other, and divided. And that's exactly what I think is going on. And that's what I said. Exactly. Some think their race is superior to others and deserve certain rights that others don't. And, also, that also counts for like the illegal immigrants that are coming in. They get stuff that our Americans don't get. Our homeless, our veterans don't get. And then I went on and said, all are created equal in the eyes of God. They claim they want equality, but only for them. They are legally protesting in some areas, which they are, not dispersing when instructed. I've shown the examples of that already. And I can show you more examples of Washington and Utah disturbing the police late in the evening and early morning when people are just trying to sleep. The police won't do anything about it, and neither will the colleges. Now they're finally starting to. So then this person came back. Oh, now it came back as this. Maybe it's a different person now. Yeah, see, now it's coming up as this guy instead. He's got two names. Kind of fishy. So, blah, blah. Where was that? Okay, so the school is destroyed and half weren't even students. I assume that you know what the definition of insurrection is. Well, I think it is. It's at least inciting violence. And then he comes back, she, I can't say it. They came back and said, also, I don't put a lot of stock in rhetoric or being told what to believe about an incident. That's why I said research. I duck-goed it. Oh, so that makes it true. The story and read it from a couple of different sources. An insurrection has implications that doesn't fit the scenario, since the college is neither a government or civil authority. So I guess insurrections can only be against the government, is what you're saying. Okay. It can be called several more befitting names, but insurrection, mega insurrection isn't an honest descriptor, but rhetoric to fit a narrative. Oh, like I got a narrative going here. All I'm trying to say is these protests, they're not peaceful. That's one thing I'm trying to say. And I'm just trying to say, why can't everybody be treated equally? Why can't every race, religion have the same exact equal rights to everything? That's what I'm trying to say. I came back and I said, all I can say with my jaw dropped down is, wow, what can you say to that? And you seem to be a man of few words. Those destroying things must be the FBI agitators that we're always hearing about. That's another thing they said. Yes, there's agitators. I'm not saying that they're all students. This person was putting that in trying to make me say that I said that. I did not say that. I'm sure there are some students that are participating in this that are real students, but there's a lot of them that aren't. And a lot of them have been manipulated into joining them. So there you go. Well, Max, welcome. God bless. I heard you're getting close finally. Schools look like it's true. It's true. There's some states I saw that passed laws. I don't remember what state it was, but they're allowing teachers to carry the bang bangs, and I think that is a great idea. I'd feel more trusted that a teacher would protect the kids if somebody was to come in than to have to wait for the police to come, I would feel much better, much safer, feel, even though, anything can happen. But if criminals knew that a school, the staff had bang bangs on them, are they going to try to enter the school then? Nope. I mean, they still could, but they're surely going to think more about it. That's why I hate it when I see, gun or bang bang free zones. That's just telling a criminal, hey, nobody's going to stop you. I don't know. I'm glad my kids are pretty much out of school. 3 of my kids are out of school. I just got one daughter still in the school. I don't like public schools no more. I don't trust them. I mean, public schools were never good. Really, there's a lot of indoctrination going on, but now it's just terrible. I could tell you a story. I'm not even going to do it because it's just yeah, it was on that Tenet Media. Kindergarten through 7th grade, what they have in their curriculum. Oh my God, it's just disgusting. So we won't go into that though. We won't go into that. We'll keep it on this subject. But that's what I just want to say. I just want to say that, we need to pray for this whole situation. Everybody has the right to protest. Yes. Peacefully protest. Yes. Everybody has that right. But if you break the rules, especially if you're committing violence, or vandalism, you're creating noise past the time you're supposed to stop. You're barricading people out. that's against the law? It's against the rules? No. Up arms. What is that supposed to mean? Up arms. Yes. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think that's the best thing that anybody can do. I think they also need to separate them. I don't think these protests should be happening on the campuses. You know, you're just asking for problems. Have it in a neutral area somewhere, and don't have them right next to each other. Everybody can protest all they want then. Just follow the rules. You know, everybody's voice can be heard. But, you know, if you're passing out leaflets saying death to America, I don't think that should be allowed. I think that should be an instant arrest. If you said, you know, oh, death to some of these leaders, wouldn't that be a threat against somebody? You can't say that. But now you want 330 whatever million people. Psh. But that's peaceful. How is that peaceful? To me, if you're saying death to anybody, death to a country, that's inciting violence. Plain and simple for me. I don't know how some people can say that that's peaceful and okay. I don't get that. That just blows my mind. I know a lot of people are indoctrinated and, you know, brainwashed, all that. But I mean, you think when it came down to that point where, you know, you see that on a pamphlet, wouldn't that be enough to say, hey, wait a minute, isn't this going a little too far? You know, I'm a American, I'm a student here. I don't want my whole country, you know, everybody gone. 340 million, whatever it is, gone. And the H group, you know, their whole existence is just to wipe out all of the Jews. They're a known tier group. So how could anybody support that? And I know that, we're not supporting that, we're supporting the Palestinians. I have no quarrel with them. You know, I wish, you know, the solution is simple. The solution is simple. One of these countries, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, there's so much room. Just temporarily let these people, these people that are in Gaza, let them go to these other countries. Let the country go in and do their job. Nobody gets hurt. Nobody loses their, you know, everything's fine. And everybody gets what they want. But no, nobody will take those people in. The country is tiny country. Tiny, tiny, tiny. It's less than 1% of all the Muslim countries. Why can't they take some of these people, even if it's just temporarily, until they can, you know, get rid of the bad people? Why? I'm not a world leader, and I'm not a rocket scientist, but that seems pretty easy. Wow. That's an agenda too. And that's fine if, you know, I have nothing against it. Let them do what they want, but they're pushing it down people's throats. And I don't think that's right either. Right, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, just think. They're from kindergarten all the way through college, you know, they're being just fed with, you know, crap. All right, I'm going to do one quickie with the other two camps. I was watching this one, I think it was Utah. It might have been Washington, Utah or Washington. And the camera guy was terrible. I was like, geez, let me over there. I can do a better camera job than he did. All right, Utah. Was it Utah or was it Washington? It was, I don't know. It was, yeah, here's I think the Utah guy was terrible. All right, let's put this over here on. Go like this and that and here.
Intelligent video monitoring
and
cameras
there. And of
detect
course
humans and vehicles in areas that
and
they
then we're
shouldn't
gonna
be.
have a,
Put those live video events.
we're gonna have an ad, of course. Okay, now this was 2 hours long, so we're definitely not going through all that. So I'm just going to show you. This is at the beginning. They were doing their peaceful protesting, blah blah blah, and everything is fine. The police were just there, make sure everything is fine. But then the police said, "Okay, it's too late now." They came out and they warned them. They warned them several times over loudspeakers. You need to disperse. You're past the whatever time, curfew time, whatever. And then they kept pushing. So they finally pushed them in the streets. Why are you in riot gear? Why are you there? If you would have left and went home like you were supposed to, then the police wouldn't have showed up in any gear. They wouldn't have showed up at all. So they kept pushing and pushing. I don't even know if we got to the pushing back yet. Yeah, here we go. Here's where they'd advance. The police would advance, and then they would. So at this point, when they started moving, like 90% of the protesters actually left. But the 10% that was left behind kept causing problems. And then they were on the public streets, and they were allowed to be there.
Done it.
But this was well past the time that they said, they could be there. Why can't they just do their protesting during, the specified hours? After 10 p.m., there's people that live nearby that want to go to sleep. They got to work a job in the morning, Come on. Shame on you. All right, one more really fast. This is the University of Washington.
Quieter at this hour, but it is still here. It's grown a little bit since starting, and it's remained peaceful throughout the day and throughout the evening.
So they had a mainly peaceful one. That person doesn't know how to spell. So much for their education. Whoever kills an innocent.
Through sun and storms.
So we are standing here in solidarity with the people of Palestine, and that means standing out here, rain or shine, as long as it takes until they see liberation.
Matthew Chabot is among dozens of members with UW's Progressive Student Union and other supporters.
They were mainly peaceful, so
campus.
kudos to them.
Want the school to divest.
But look at some of these demands that they're having. This is how can this happen? Okay, the United States and other countries divest. Don't keep sending money. That one I can understand. Yes, any profiteers of what? Cut ties with Boeing. That's a weird one. Cut ties with Boeing. I don't know where that came from. End repression of the students. How? I don't know. I just don't see how they have any control over
Cut ties to Boeing,
other
and
governments,
repression
what
of
they do.
pro-Palestine students, faculty, and staff.
We've seen a lot of community support, just a lot of people coming up, either joining in or asking how they can help.
Members tell us this encampment isn't meant to be anti-Semitic. Just across the way, this man staring the group down while holding an Israeli flag.
And imagine being a family right now, having your family kidnapped, and then you have people cheering for Palestine. War is awful, but I stand against anti-Semitism, and I stand with my fellow Jewish students.
This encampment catching the attention of students passing by.
So far from what I've seen today, it's honestly been a bit more chill than some of the previous protests have been.
Aware of what's happening at college campuses across the country, Cole Daigneault hopes this protest remains peaceful.
I think it's important that students are able to feel safe when they come to campus, but also that they're able to discuss ideas.
Yeah,
like
that's the whole thing.
In this specific case, it sounds like what the administration is doing is essentially trying to wait it out and not trying to escalate things by bringing in a really heavy-handed police response like we saw at some other campuses.
As for a response to this encampment's demands, Chabot says school administration appears to be ignoring them.
They want to think that
The school
our standards
can't-
are going to be broken easily.
Can't
And we're not going to. We're not
influence
gonna go
governments.
until these demands are won.
When we reached out to UW with questions, they told us about a state law that said overnight camping is not allowed on campus and that violators could be arrested. They also sent us this
Camping
statement
allowed.
saying, we'll
Oh, they
monitor
put
the
the-
situation
they
throughout the
covered
day
up the
and respond
no.
as appropriate to maintain a safe and secure environment for our campus community.
Yeah.
For now,
Just
live
have
at
it
UW,
during the
Mia
right
Wong,
hours.
Fox 13 News.
Nia, thanks.
And then they show some national.
Where pro-Palestinian student protesters set up encampments at Columbia University. The police tried to clear them out back on April 18th, and then more than 100 people were arrested. Tonight, protesters at the University of Texas.
So that's been
at
going on
Austin
for almost
clashed with
2
police.
weeks.
An attorney told the
That's
Associated
too
Press
long.
at least 40 people were arrested on charges of trespassing and disorderly conduct. Now the White House is weighing in.
Americans have the right to peacefully protest. That's
Peacefully,
something that
yes.
we believe here in this administration. He stands squarely against any rhetoric, violent rhetoric.
Fox 13 will stay on top of developments surrounding all of these
I don't
protests.
get what
across the
Boeing has to
country
do
and
with
here
it.
locally. You can count on continuing coverage here and online.
All right, so there you go. You've seen, enough examples, I guess. Wow. Wow. Right? Exactly. Yeah, here's the whole thing. If you were a student and you wanted to just be a peaceful protester on the Palestinian side, but then it comes down to, you got a chance to violate rules and laws and get arrested and all that. Are you going to do that if you're not getting paid? Are you going to risk your whole college career, your diploma, your chance to get jobs in the future, to protest? If you're protesting and then you go, you follow the rules, follow the law, you leave when you're supposed to, that's a whole different story. Always major player. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's true too. With all the Boeing problems. MDG Texas, welcome. God bless. Yes. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, it just, it really gets me. Our government can't spend one penny on our homeless or our veterans. They can, let all these illegal immigrants come across and they get money right away. We send money to all to UKR, to his country, to other countries. We're sending all the billions and billions and billions, but we can't spare a penny for the homeless and the veterans. And then whoever's, funding this is funding all them so they can have tents and stuff. But, let's just screw over the homeless people. It's just sickening. Yeah, it's a tricky situation with everything. I understand the whole Palestinian thing, they don't want people to be killed, and I understand that. But you also got to understand, you can't let these people keep doing what they're doing either. And they're just going to keep doing it. That's their whole goal. They're never going to stop. And I ran to the grocery store country. They're just going to keep funding all these other proxies. It's never going to stop until they actually finally do wipe out the is country. So it's a tricky situation to understand. If other countries would just allow the Palestinians to go there temporarily while they weeded out all the bad people, get them all out of there, clear everything out, destroy all the homes, all their stuff, all their weapons, everything, get it all out of there, and then rebuild it. And I'm sure the is country would fund some of the rebuilding for the people that, have nothing to do with any of this stuff, the innocents. I don't understand why one of these other countries, the Muslim countries, are 99% compared to the is countries, less than 1% of total land. Nobody can, all these huge countries, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Egypt, they can't take some of these people? Come on. At least temporarily. So there's, but nobody thinks about that. I don't know why. I think the is country should just take over that part. That should be theirs. And then let the Palestinians have their own land somewhere else. Not right next to the is country, because they're always going to be in conflict with each other. Always. Gaza is tiny too. There was a lot of people concentrated in that areas, but can't some country give up some of the land? Can't the is country? How about this? How about the United States? We're sending billions of dollars. Why can't we pay some of these countries billions of dollars to house to some of these people? Boom, there's another solution. Nope. You gotta have the conflict. We gotta have the controversy. We got to have the chaos. We have to have the division. But it's all playing into the Bible, though. This is all prophecy. Is it all? Are they creating the prophecy? Are they fulfilling it, by doing all this stuff? Either way, it's prophecy. That's just my 2 cents. I just wish everything could just be peaceful, but we know it won't be. This country is going to be a burdensome stone for all nations. So I just go by the Bible. There's good people in every race. There's bad people in every race. You can't lump a whole entire race on one thing. But anyway, I think we should all just, pray for both sides. Pray for, peace, a peaceful solution. I don't know. I went to see the movie. I never did talk about this whole thing. I went to see the movie Civil WA, and wow, the whole movie is just total fear porn. I think the movie is just trying to scare people into, what could actually happen. And yeah, I think that's what the whole thing was mainly about. There's some really weird stuff that happened at the very beginning of the movie. It started out with a noise that sounded like like static, and it went from side to side in stereo, back and forth. I'm like, what in the world? It has to be something. And then there was weird music. It was like a weird frequency. I don't know. I think it was something to make you feel a certain way or something. It was really weird. And they made sure that whenever, there was bang bangs happening and people are getting hit and falling, they made sure that they, that everybody heard it. They made those bang bangs really loud. And I mean, so loud that you couldn't help but react. In that movie, though, the two states, which are the two states that I would never see ever happening, Texas and California joining together. That's just crazy. I won't give the movie away, but it's not a happy movie in any way. It's all doom, gloom, and bad. There's really nothing good in that movie. I mean, it's mainly just like a kind of like a reality check of what could happen. Definitely could happen. And my friend, he was like, well, if it really happened in the United States, it would be way worse than that. Yeah. But yeah, because it was weird because they were just mainly in certain areas. They didn't show what was happening all over the country. They just showed where they were going and where they were at. Right. Yes. That's good. Yes. So that's another reason too. That's the reason why I don't really watch the mainstream news, because that's all it is. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make you stressed out. They're trying to scare you. They're trying to, put that in your mind, and they're doing it as a constant thing too. It's not just, here every now and then. No, it's every single day. Every single day. So we have the advantage. Here's where we have the advantage. We know that all this stuff is going to come to pass. We know that God has already won. So we know that we have already won. So no matter what happens, we've already won. It got to be so much. I wanted to do like a little daily thing of going through like all the stories, but just doing it really quickly, mainly just like a headline and not really talking about it. And I was doing it for a little while, but there's so much going on. It wouldn't be a short video, and that's what I wanted to make, was short videos. I don't want to have these big long videos about the news, because people just do not have a attention span, and I'm the same way. I try to get to the story. If there's a 30-minute video, I like trying to just go through it and try to find the good bits and pieces of it, without watching the whole thing, because there's so much going on. You don't have time to watch everything. It's crazy. So I used to do that a lot, where I would try to have all the news and stuff, but it's too hard now. There's too much going on. There's too many things to talk about. And you can't, it's hard to just say, a headline and then not say nothing about it, Right? But some of the headlines, you have to kind of talk about a little bit, Some of it you don't. Some of it you have to, though. Like these protests, there's protests everywhere. And you can just pick one state, one college, one city. It's too much. I don't know, but I guess the main thing to get out of this is God. I think God looks at everybody equally, Everybody is equal in his eyes, and that's the way it should be. No matter who you are, no matter what your race is, what your religion is, what your beliefs are, everybody should have the equal rights to believe that. Nothing should ever be forced on anybody. Nothing should be suppressed from somebody. Nobody should be blocked, discriminated against. Everything should just, it's never going to happen, but that's the way it should be. So that's one thing. And then another thing, we need to know is, God's already won. So we don't have to be afraid. We don't have to be stressed out about all this. A lot of people think that I'm always stressed out and I'm worried about everything, but I'm not. I'm just trying to show what's going on in the world. I worry and stress about other people, my friends and family, people out, on YouTube. I'm trying to show what's going on so people can say, hey, maybe Jesus is coming back. These are the signs. Oh my goodness, this is in the Bible. Right. I don't know, but this is such a big story. Even though I know it's all fabricated, it's all funded by, people that want to cause this chaos. But this is big news, though. It's everywhere. Yes, it is. It's a false narrative. And wow. And it's just, I don't know. It's just weird that this one situation is causing all this, but anything else around the world, there's nothing. There could be a 100 other protests about other things. The biggest protest, there should be protests for the homeless. I'm tired of seeing, our own people just ignored, while other people just walk right in the country and get everything. It's a stab in the back to the homeless and the veterans. And there's homeless veterans. And we're not taking care of them. And it wouldn't cost nothing. You could do it all with probably $1 billion. We're sending hundreds. We've sent probably close to $500 billion to other countries, but we can't afford to spend a penny for the homeless. Yes, exactly. Yeah, well, again, we have those already. But it's a bad if you say that taking a life of a unborn, it's bad if you say that. It's like, I don't get it. I don't get it. If I know what's right and I know what's wrong, and that's murder. It is, and it's one of the things that God hates the most, the taking of innocent blood. Yes, there's a lot of our veterans did a lot for our country, and then they come back home and they get treated like that. Especially with some that have the PTSD. That's terrible. They should have all the resources available to them. Come on, I know they have some, but our government should be going to them and helping them. They shouldn't have to seek help. They should, we should be helping them. Our government should be helping them right from the start, every step of the way. Veterans and the homeless, that should be some of the top stuff out there. And then the reckless spending. Come on. We need to be protesting that. Why are we sending so much money to other countries? Yeah, don't just give the veterans some, medication and send them on their way. Help them. It's some of there are some groups that are really doing the right thing and helping the right way. But yeah, it's crazy how our government is spending so much money on other stuff. And okay, spend it, spend money there, here and there and all, but at least, spend some of the money for the homeless and the veterans. Come on. Just send $1 billion less to the UK, our country. And have it for the homeless. Build some homes for the homes and apartments for the homeless. Come on. Yeah, right. It could be all this fake money or all this money they're printing out, putting us way far in debt. It's just part of the agenda, though. It's all about collapsing all the economies around the world so they can move into the digital currencies, one step closer to Mark. It's coming. It's coming. Yeah, exactly. How would we know what they're spending it on and what they're not spending it on? Exactly. Yeah. True. Welcome. God bless anybody else that's out there. Please feel free to throw a comment in. We've been just discussing this whole the protests around the country, how we kind of feel about it and what we can do, what we can and what we can't do, what the government should be doing, but they're not. Yeah, that's true. And then can you imagine too, on top of that, let's say we did lose power and internet and all that. Then we would really be localized. We wouldn't know what was going on except in our literal direct, our little area that we're in. We wouldn't know what's going on in the rest of our state, the rest of the country, the rest of the world. And it's coming. That day will be coming. Right. I agree with that. And that's something that, would be encouraged, get to know your neighbors. I mean, I don't know my neighbors. I'm pretty much alone. I know a couple of my neighbors, but yeah, if you get to know your neighbors, then when something does happen, you can kind of count on each other, maybe. I'm gonna check something real fast before I go. See if there's anything else going on. I'm live in New York. Let me mute this. Oh, they got a whole bunch. Let me switch it over. Oh, am I sharing? Is it on there? They're arresting some of the protesters now. Oops. Over here. Nope. That's the wrong one. Over here. Sorry, let's push it up. Push it up. And if you notice, a lot of these people are wearing masks, and they say that it's supposed to be to hide their identity. Well, guess what? They're all going to be identified when they get arrested. They're going to have mug shots. They're going to have fingerprints. Come on. So I don't buy that. I think they're trying to, it's another statement. They're trying to get people to think that, we need to wear masks again. We got the H5N1 coming now. Now I heard a report that the cows and the chickens got the H5 from a human. So now they're talking about we got the milk problem now. First it was raw milk. Now it's in all of the milk in the stores, certain stores, I guess, certain batches have fragments, but don't worry, it's safe to drink. Safe to drink. But now they're talking about the cows. The meat, the beef, the steaks. Now they might be infected too. They're just trying to kill our food supply. They want us to have 1 pound of meat per year. How are they going to get, people on, how are they going to do that? Well, one way is to say, oh, it's tainted with a disease. You don't want to eat that steak. And all these people are just going to get right back out of jail. And, they don't care. If you're getting paid a bunch of money and you're going to get out for free out of jail, a lot of people wouldn't mind doing that. You get a little slap on the wrist, for your record. And then, but you get paid. Cha-ching. All right. Don't want to go on and on. Looks like it's starting to be more peaceful now. I got to find out. Yeah, that's true. Almost anything we're eating now is poison, is crap. And, it's mainly just the United States. If you look at other countries, they ban a lot of the stuff that's in our foods. But meanwhile, our food is just, okay, it's okay. Then just, it's bioengineered. Then they just change the name of the ingredients to natural flavors, whatever. They change the ingredients. Yeah, I know, but, it's almost, what can you do? Oh, let's eat organic, eat from the ground, eat from the ground. But then you got the trails, the lines in the sky that are coming down. It goes into the soil, and that's poisoned. And then the cows and the animals eat all that, and then they're poisoned. So what they produce is poison. Where can you go unless you get out of the United States? But if you're in the United States, where do you go to get food that is good, is actually good for you? Where do you go? It's just like the same, I have all these people, you need to get out and exercise, which, yeah, that's true. Yeah. The exercise part. You need to get out and exercise and breathe in the fresh air. You can't say that no more. There's no fresh air anymore with all that crap in the sky that we're breathing in. Come on. Yeah, it's you can't. Yes, that's one thing I've been doing a little bit better lately, but I still need to do it more. I've been in a bad habit of not praying over my food, and I need to do that more often. And I suggest and encourage everybody to pray over your food before eating it. Yes, that's very good, Lisa. Thank you for that. That's something we need to do, definitely. Because to me, it just seems like it's almost completely unavoidable to eat actual food that doesn't have anything bad in it. It's like everything has bad stuff in it, and I know there has to be somewhere where the food is good. I don't know. Maybe if you grew it, indoors with hydroponics or something, if you grew something that way, it might get, good soil, and maybe then you'd have something better for you. But that's hard to do, That's a good idea too. Yeah. Yeah. I always wash all the fruits and vegetables for sure. It might help a little, get a little bit of it off of there. Yes. Yes. And ask for protection over the food. Gosh. All right, let me get rid of that. There we go. I wish I had a better thumbnail. And I just thought some people might be upset. How can you say that's not a peaceful protest? Peaceful protest. All right. I don't know. I guess I said what I needed to say. I was just wanted some people to be commenting, stuff, just to hear some other people's opinions and beliefs about everything. I just think everything just needs to be equal. Everything just needs to be equal. All right, I guess before I go really fast, let me see if anything happened in the news recently. Huge update, but I don't know what it is. New York City Hall. What? Hold on, let's see what this is real quick. This is coming from our Fugel News. Oh.
As far as there is a wild video, the Chinese Coast Guard ship collide with Philippine vessel, and conveniently they go.
Is that what it is? Chinese and Taiwanese vessels collide. I don't think that's what he was going for. What is this? Here we go. He's talking about, I think he's talking about Colombia, the protesters.
And of course, we have tonight we're going to show you a video.
Wow, what the? Yeah, that looks like a.
About Netanyahu
rainbow.
vows to invade Rafah with or without a deal. So this is going along the lines that it doesn't matter what happens.
I think the IS country has showed a lot of patience in not going in right away, giving them chances to release hostages.
About the jets, there's a huge update on this, and now they're trying to say that they're denying the claims that we bought 81 jets from a Russian ally. These are Soviet-era jets, and it was very odd. As far as that story, if you weren't with us, essentially they say we bought 80.
How would we do that?
We'll talk about that. I have some.
We gotta.
Meat supply is safe. So
the meat supply is safe.
Is of course testing ground beef for the cough, and of course experts are confident that the meat supply is safe.
The meat supply is safe.
They say don't panic. Probably.
Well, why? If it was safe, then
we have
don't even say nothing.
The Drug Control Agency will make a huge with the Mary Jane, and they're saying that they will probably reclassify it federally. So
wow,
Washington or California or some of the other states.
Big news, Max. They're talking about legalizing it federally. Wow.
Homes, and of course, Mr. Gates never left. I have been saying this for years, and now there's vindication.
All right, I don't know what's going on with that. I just want to try to look at the headlines here real quick instead of trying to waste a lot of time here. All right, let's see if anything else really fast. How long has it been since I checked the news? What? Hawaii issues alert for a volcanic eruption following, I'm guessing, an earthquake. They're loading up.
Save big. Wednesday through Tuesday.
They're loading up protesters in their police bus. Sorry, I'm looking at an ad really fast. This is my store. They have a sale going on. Not a very good sale. All right, so The headline is why? Yep, following a swarm of earthquakes. So they're expecting a volcanic eruption. And it's Kilauea. All right. I don't see Max on here either. Looking for Max live. See if Michelle was saying that he has bad reception, or it's the area has bad reception. Oregon is not a good state, I guess, for internet, Wi-Fi. All right, that's about it. Mushroom Cloud. I don't know where that's at though. Let me look really fast. Mr. MBB 333. This is from a long time ago. Mysterious Unexplained. And what is it? Oh. There's a weird line that's going across the earth. From the ISS. Is that the devil comet?
That's the comet 12P Pons Brooks, if that's another comet. But anyway, this video footage I just received less than
how come we
24
can't
hours
see
ago
that then?
by Jennifer Ramos, who sent in several clips from the space station.
The space station supposedly got
take a look at. This is the
video
first
of the
mini that I wanted to share with you guys. A comet off in the distance. Don't see this very often. A comet off in the distance that looks similar to 12P Pons Brooks.
There is another comet out there, but I don't think it's near the other one.
The total eclipse back on April. Here's a video I took at the same time, zoomed in on the
a lot of sunspots, but we supposedly got a few CMEs coming our way. All right, I guess that's
sunspots. Once
we lost the live story. Associated Press stopped their story. All right, I'll go back to the chat. Yeah, lots of tornadoes. Right. Yeah, right, yeah. Yeah, like these events were all planned. Not all of them, but a lot of major events were planned. For sure. Wow, I've been doing this for 2 hours. Amazing. I'm glad some people showed up. Appreciate each and every one of you. Stay strong in the Lord and in the power of his might, full armor of God. I just pray that God protects each and every one of us. God protects, everybody involved in all these protests too, no matter what the side is. Oh, I was going to go through one of the, thanks for saying that, and thanks for putting that there, because I wanted to do one more thing. Let's go over here, and over here, and let me go over here. Okay, here's my dashboard. You can see that, right? Yes, okay. Wow, I actually have less people now. So I got 20,085. Sorry, let me get over here. I was on Super Dave and I said, hey, can you see if some people will subscribe to my channel? I was at 86. And then I got 5 people to sub. And then blam, now I lost 6. So I was just trying to show that. But here's what else I wanted to show. I have this strike against me, but that was from almost ago. And it says, medical misinformation, blah, blah, blah. But it says if it happens again within 90 days, well, it's been way past 90 days. so they never removed the strike. But if I did, if I had another 90-day, another thing, then I wouldn't be able to upload or post, blah blah blah. But it says here, you've received a warning. You can take a policy training, which will remove the warning after 90 days. So I never did it. I never did nothing because I figured if I did, then that would set me up for the next time. And then, who knows what would happen? I'd lose my channel. So I just let it go. And nothing's happened. I've been able to keep going. But then, also down here, oops, down here, the earn. So, I've been demonetized for 4 years now. Yeah, it's definitely been because it was April. I don't remember the exact day, but it's been more than 4 years now, demonetized. So, I got to the point where it says, eligibility. So you got to have 500 subscribers. Some of it says 1,000. You got to have 3 video uploads in the last 90 days. Yeah, easy. And then one of the following. So it says you have to have 3,000 hours of video minutes watched. Or hours, yeah. 3,000 hours, sorry, not minutes. 3,000 hours. So it got to where I was at 2,800. And it was at 2,816. So I needed 184 hours. And then I checked back and then it went up. And then I needed 209 hours. Then it was 216. And now it's 221. So I don't think they'll ever let me get to that point. How can I go back? It was at 2,800. So now apparently people unwatched. I don't know. It doesn't make no sense. But it was at 2,800. And I was like, I'm getting closer finally. And then somehow I lost more. Doesn't make no sense to me. So I was just hoping to be monetized again. And then if I was lucky, if I did a lot of videos and stuff, maybe I could make about $50 a month. Probably wouldn't even be that much, but I was just hoping to make a little tiny extra money to get by, but oh well. All right. Where am I at? Go back here. Okay, here we go. He called, twice more calls have dropped. He should be an hour out. Good news, good news. Good news. It's going to be nice. He's probably going to be really tired when he gets there. But it's going to be nice to know he's finally there and got there safely. So that's good. So please, Michelle, keep me up to date when he gets there. I definitely want to make sure he gets there safe. He's only got an hour left. That's good. Sorry, I'm checking my text. I got a text. Who texted me? Yeah. My sister warned me, be careful. Yeah, because the videos I did, about the protests, touchy subject. People can definitely take it the wrong way. I'm going to be ending right now anyway. Lisa, so have a good night and thanks for coming on here and God bless you. Have a good night. And everybody else out there, if you're still out there, God bless you. Thanks for coming by and listening and sharing your thoughts. Appreciate everybody. Have a good night. God bless. Michelle, keep me up to date. Thank you, Lisa. Good night.